Hello everyone. This guy has already started overacting. Welcome to Zen Chess with Parth. This is my good friend Shreyu. Uh, it's the end of fourth year. He's about to graduate. My I still have 1 year to go, unfortunately. But what is this overacting, bro? Just chill out. So yeah, we are back to chess. Let's play another game. 10 plus 0.
Been a
Do you want to
while
play 10 plus
crocodile.
0 or 5 plus 3?
I want increment.
You want increment?
So either 5 plus 3 or 10 plus 5.
Okay, let's go with 10 plus 5 then. Because I'm horrible at blitz.
Cool.
As usual, it's Zen mode. So d4, let's go d5. I started experimenting. Oh, he plays the London.
Instantly.
Yeah, I'm thinking, should I go knight f6 or
Don't play
c5?
immediately. Let's think.
If I go c5, he goes e3.
How do we?
It doesn't really matter much.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play like an idiot? Oh, okay, fine. I was gonna recommend h5.
H5, yeah. As he plays e3 anyways, we can go c5. Just put pressure on the center, right?
But we don't want to break tension.
We don't want to break tension, yes. Unless we develop our dark square bishop. So, let's say for example, let's go knight c6, just develop. I guess bishop b4 is possible, but okay, he doesn't go bishop b4. I'll keep this bishop here guarding the b7 pawn for a while because there's always avenues for the queen to come on to b3 and attack the b7 pawn.
Right now that he can't do that because you have c4.
Right now I have c5, c4, yeah, c4. But in some future tactic, just.
He hasn't developed his knights.
And I think I will trade this pawn eventually for this, so I think c4 won't be available in the future, so that is why I'll keep the bishop locked in for now. Okay, so I want to develop my bishop, but then he can take and cost me a tempo. Although, is taking really a threat? I wonder.
It's never a threat. It's just like a haha moment. Never really does anything that painful to us. There are other considerations. Like why not bishop d6?
Bishop d6 is a fair move, I guess.
Or we can even do queen b6 ourselves.
Queen b6. Attacking this.
You,
But he just goes queen b3.
can he?
I can go c4, but he can take on
But
b6.
But we provoke him to take us, and he
Right, we get the open a file.
semi-open, yeah.
Semi-open, yeah. So, not sure. Queen b6. I think what he really wants to do here is go knight e4 if you look from his perspective. I don't know if I can flip the
Yeah, just
perspective
grab
here.
some space in the center.
Yeah, look at how good this move looks like. And then he can even bring knight d2, knight f3, castle. So like I want to control this square as much as possible, right? So bishop d6 looks like a good move for now. Just controlling that square. Either he has to relinquish control of that square by taking here, or he can just jump in. So I can't take like this because he takes with the pawn, and I can't take on e5 with my knight because he takes d5, and that forks my bishop and knight. I can, however, take like this. When he would take like this, I can take and he can take, but I'm not sure. Like I get central space. I think he might do something like d5, so that I have to move my knight, and then he can't really save this pawn except going queen h4, can he?
What are you considering? Knight d7?
Bishop takes e5.
But then you just pawn takes.
If he goes pawn takes, we go knight d7, so he's forced to come
Then
queen h5.
e4 is theory.
e4.
But okay, but that is also in positions where there is like knight d2.
But then I just get this free pawn, right? So I think that's a good. That e4 would be a mistake there, I think. But
If I was white, I would love that position after bishop takes. Because you're losing your main bishop.
no, but I think
You give him the bishop.
I'm
pawn.
getting some free pawn if he takes with the pawn, and if he uh, takes with the bishop, I just exchange again and give him double pawns.
Hmm.
So I think I'll do this. Let's see how it goes.
The thing is, you can't go knight d7 because he also has bishop takes d7.
Oh right, no,
But
I take over here, right?
Right, fine.
So I'm also planning g5, h5 stuff.
Queen g4 is a move for him.
Queen g4 is a move. Yes, I did not consider that. Yeah, but he goes for queen
H5
h5.
is also a good defense.
But I was thinking maybe g6 here.
G6 seems quite weakening.
It is weakening, but it deflects
Queen
the
h6,
queen off
bishop
of
g4.
defending this pawn. What would he respond if I go g6? If I go g6, he can go queen h6, stopping me from castling forever and trying to enter over here.
You definitely lose a pawn there. Because he'll go queen g6 and then queen h6, queen g7.
Right, if I then take over here and he goes here,
You lose that, so
I'm attacking this bishop though.
true. He's also attacking our. Okay.
So I can take over here, he goes somewhere and I can take back.
And he takes your.
So after taking the bishop and the king moves, I can move my rook, and then he has to decide between taking this knight and taking the pawn, which he would obviously take the knight. But that is looking very spicy for me because it's like I get to open the whole center up.
My concern is also bishop g5 idea.
Bishop g5 I just take, right, because he loses a bishop.
No, not immediately.
Right. G6, queen h6, knight e5,
Bishop g5.
bishop g5.
So you have to take the.
I take here first though.
Right.
It looks like a good move. Let me go g6. Let's see what he does. This is not a concern because I can take with this pawn.
You're quite low on time.
So he does go to h6 and now we take over here, I think. Yes. He can take and go queen g7, but we can take over here and just move to f8. So it's not a huge concern. Okay, so he pins this knight, so he's actually attacking this knight now. So we have to either protect it or move this knight away. I think queen f6 looks like a really good option here.
Queen f6, bishop g5.
I mean, we are low on time. Bishop g5.
Queen f5, then.
Queen f5.
Then it's getting kind of dicey.
Queen g7. Rook f8. It looks okay.
Is there any other way to defend?
There's f6 as well, but then he comes over here, and we can go knight f2, knight
What about a
f7,
retreating move, knight d7?
knight d7. He comes in anyways and takes the pawn. That is kind of concerning me. We have a free pawn. We want to keep the pawn. I think f6 looks like a really good move because if he takes over here, we take. If he goes over here, yes, that is concerning. So queen f6 looks like bishop g5, queen f5, queen g7, rook f8, and then he has to protect this bishop at some point. So I think queen f6.
Okay, so I know we have less time, but knight g4.
Knight g4, he just goes queen g7, right? Queen f6. Oh, that's a really good idea.
But knight g4, if he goes. Actually, but that's good if he goes anywhere else. A little bit of an active defense. Knight g4.
Knight g4.
Yeah. it's a attack on the, it's a threat on the queen. So,
If he goes queen g7,
so I
and
think
I go queen f6,
he has to trade.
he can play here maybe?
Then you can. I mean, that doesn't change the position that much. You can just defend.
Oh, he can go here. He can go bishop e5. I cannot take it because I lose my queen.
No, you
and-
take it with queen then.
And if I take it with the queen, yeah, fair. Oh, queen f6 looks like a really good
No,
move.
not queen f6.
You went queen f6, knight g5, okay. But queen f6, oh, bishop g5, okay. But knight g5, bishop g5, I just take his queen, okay.
Yeah.
That is a very good spot, I think.
I don't think you mind not being able to castle if you trade queens.
Yes, if the queens get traded, I don't think I mind.
His
Being on
bishop
castle.
pair is nasty right now.
We go queen f6.
That's the funny thing. If he moves his bishop, you also can start attacking. Queen f2.
Queen f2,
If he moves
f7.
his bishop.
If he moves his
You're-
bishop,
No.
where does he move his
If he
bishop?
moves his bishop to, you're saying e5.
It's e5, yeah.
Then
Then I just take
queen
here.
takes f2, queen takes f2.
Oh, right, queen takes
I'm
f2.
saying that's an option.
Right.
Little exciting. Oh, that actually leads into a mating attack.
Right. It is just mate in
Yeah.
3.
Bishop h6 as well. It's not mate, but it's very dangerous. So he should
He
trade.
should trade the queens.
But after trading though, it's still really dicey. His bishops are very scary.
His
Okay.
bishops are scary, but we are a pawn
Sorry,
up.
we are very down on time. Okay, you defend with your
I
king.
guess I
Only
just
move.
defend.
Only move, yeah.
And now his bishop is attacked, so he has to take my bishop, I guess.
He might not see that.
He will obviously see that. He'll just bring his bishop back. That's the best move, I feel.
Yeah, keeping the pin on if he goes on h4.
But then we can even go over here, knight e5.
He'll say bishop h4 check, we can block.
Bishop h4 sec g5.
Oh, g5. f6 is not possible.
Okay, so he takes. That's fair. Now this isn't attacked. So now I need to move my rook. Okay, so he's trying to use the pin on the knight. So I think I will get off this pin as soon as possible. And if he goes over here, I can go over here next, attacking this pawn. If he goes here, he's really entrenched this bishop in here. This kind of concern, but I can still push f6. If he takes, I take. I am attacking this pawn right now, so he has to do something. Right, so I am attacking this now. Oh, I could have gone here as well. Okay, let's play f6 and trade some stuff, so that his entrenched bishop kind of will resolve its tension. We can also develop with bishop a3, trying to get the open lines. Okay, let's do that.
He's castling queenside.
Also, this bishop doesn't, it x-rays a lot of stuff, so I think we should. Oh, this is just a fork actually. Missed that. He's attacking this pawn.
I think we're fine to lose this pawn, but it attacks our bishop.
I think I have to defend it with a backwards move, but I can also attack this at the same time, so that's kind of helpful. Although if I take and he takes back, I'm not sure how I defend this pawn anymore. I have to go for counterplay.
I don't think you need to defend it. You can definitely take the bishop.
Yes, I can take the bishop now,
You can defend
because this
the
protects the
with your-
pawn as well at the same
you can
time.
defend with your king.
And yeah, defending with the king is an interesting idea. But I feel like he has some counterplay, but I have always defense on the f5.
You cannot go to f8, f1 right now. But yeah.
If he goes back, I'm kind of concerned for this pawn. I don't really want to push this pawn because that blocks in the bishop completely.
No, you cannot even do that because he has a fork coming.
Sorry?
He gets the fork, right?
Right.
Okay, he misses it.
He misses it. So let's try to occupy the b file.
Okay.
Or we can even trap its knight actually.
No, he still has knight c5. Check.
No,
Okay,
if we
right
go
now.
c, yeah, but
Right.
I don't know how effective it will be. I feel like he's almost forced to go here, but then we have to go over here to protect this pawn. And then we are really threatening c5, so he has to go king c2 or something. Okay, we have 5 seconds increment, we don't need to worry that much.
He's thinking of pushing the b pawn. Maybe we can take the f file.
So I think I should push c5 right now, otherwise he will get away with the knight.
But how scared are we of that move? Because you're blocking the bishop completely.
Or one more thing we can do is play rook f8.
Yes, occupy the f file.
Occupy the f file and oh, he misses it. And he has to go king f1 now, king c1 now. But then this rook is just crisscross applesauce.
Indeed. What he said.
He cannot go knight b3 because I can just take here. If he goes here, I can just come in with my rook. I should definitely come in with this rook because it doubles up on the 7th rank. Yes, I can just take over here. There's no worries. The overacting has started again. I need to keep protecting this pawn. So I need to go here. And I'm coming in with the rook again. I'm also attacking this pawn. So if he goes back to knight b3, I can just take the a2 pawn.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has any counter.
Knights are tricky though, you have to be aware of them.
Check.
We play the tricky rook a2, threatening this to take his other rook as well.
Or mate. But let's go. That's another win for Sanchez of Parth, and it looks like our opponent was rated 860.
1860. He played very well. 1860. Yeah. So let's analyze this game. Do you want to request a computer analysis or just go through it at once?
We'll go through it ourselves. We are computers.
Damn.
Alright, so I have some.
Why is the engine on? Oh, the master's database is on.
I do disagree with you at some points.
Right.
I don't think we should give up our bishop pair this easily.
Right.
It did in our
It did feel very scary at one point with his bishop pair.
Yeah, no, he got way too scary even attack after he took. My usual plan here is to go either is to castle and just ignore this because it doesn't do all that much. It takes a space, but we can counterattack later. Queen b6 ideas and stuff. Yeah.
Like, how does he protect that pawn? Queen g4 is a really good move, I felt. But I again go g6.
I'm used to positions where I have knight e2 already, and then e4 always works. It just gives me a lot of counterplay, even though I lose this. But yeah, queen h5 is very dangerous. I thought queen g4 was also worth considering.
Right.
Because if you take, get this position, and now the knight and the rook are attacked.
Right, so this is just losing for black.
Yeah, so you cannot take.
You can use the mouse.
So you cannot take this pawn. So it's an active defense of the pawn.
Right.
So, but yeah, so and black cannot castle
because of the bishops. They'll just kill you.
So I have.
So
no
I think
idea
g6 is what I would do in this position, and then go for the e5 pawn. This is my instinctive reaction.
G6 is also very scary.
But then I have knight takes e5, and I can take your queen.
True.
So you have to play accurately.
Very accurate.
But like if you manage to preserve that e5 pawn, then I think that bishop, dark square bishop, will be entrenched in f6 like anything.
Truly entrenched. Yeah. Just also this is very slow,
but then I have queen c7, right?
I mean, are you going to take this pawn?
Definitely.
I
You bait me, I will definitely take it.
You'll take this?
Yes.
Not that definitely. This seems
Okay, I
scary.
just play f6. Yeah, f6 seems good. Or even knight d7. Oh, knight d7 back is not possible. I just take on f3 with check and get out of the pin.
Oh yeah, shoot. You might be. There might be a defense, yeah. But I feel like this is also quite weakening, perhaps.
It's okay. Let's just move on to the game.
What would you do here?
Uh, Maybe queen e7. And then castle. I'm giving back the pawn, but in a very favorable way. I'm attacking your queen right now. I have open f file,
Yeah, I kind of have to lose the other bishop because I don't really want to win it.
and then I can also prevent you from castling with bishop a6.
It's my turn though.
Fair.
Just a sample line. Double-edged. My knight is worse, I think. But maybe after jumping it can be better. But yeah, I like your bishop. Okay, let's get back to the game. This was nice from him. Very active. And
You can disagree with this.
I feel like it's a little greedy.
It
But
was definitely greedy, but it worked
It
out.
might work out, yeah.
He played the very active bishop b4, which I did not consider.
I think other moves other than knight g4 are very passive. I think maybe he just has to go here or something. But then you go h4. I don't know.
Or e5.
I think from here it's fine. He just misplayed. You traded accurately. This actually maybe a block protecting with the king is.
No, it's probably best because you want your rooks to, unless you're talking about protecting with the bishop, but
Yeah.
the bishop is just doing a fine
No,
job
but
there.
he just missed out on the most punishing
Active,
moves,
yeah.
I think here I would go here
Right.
because you were losing this no matter what.
I can't go to d3 because there's another fork there.
Just go here, but it just feels so scary.
Right,
Yeah, my bishop gets trapped.
right.
Wow, yeah, you kind of got
I
saved.
escaped very a thin margin.
You have to play a very passive move here.
Right.
This is very bad. Yes, you're gonna go lucky. Do you want to look at the engine?
Yeah, sure. Request a computer analysis.
We requested it. It's coming. Hopefully.
%100% accuracy. No, it's just a raw. It goes from the tail to the head. So, my end game was 100% accuracy. Definitely not my middle game.
Don't tell me you played your immortal. Ah, yeah, one blunder. That sounds more like it.
Let's look at the blunder.
Oh.
Oh, so it was king d7.
King d7 was a blunder.
Oof. So I was minus 1.3 here and I became almost draw.
So we had to play. Yeah, we had to block. No, we had to attack. We had to lose this pawn. No, it says rook f8 was best.
Rook f8.
Yeah,
Very
I was
interesting.
thinking maybe
Activity.
we can lose one of these pawns. True.
They are doubled anyways.
So we give up a pawn, but in a more.
You also made a blunder. Let's look at his blunder. His blunder was not catching my blunder. So what does it say about the first half of the game?
Book moves.
Queen h5 is inaccuracy. Bishop b5 is best.
Bishop.
Sorry.
Yeah. Bishop b5. He has to pin your knights so that you cannot take. Actually.
Right. That is actually very interesting move.
Yeah, a6.
And then I have to go a6 and he takes one of the knights off. And that is still playable for him.
Yeah. Next.
And next inaccuracy comes over here when he played g4.
But okay, yeah, taking wasn't bad at all. I thought it was, but it
Yeah, taking is just fine.
like this bishop takes as well. This is not a mistake. In fact, it might be the best move. Oh my god. It is. Wow, I'm learning. Very nice. Anything else?
Well, that's about it.
Cool.
He had one slight escape route, but he
But he
missed
was
it.
losing the entire game.
Yeah.
Well
GG's.
done. Alright, is that all it? That's it for this game? For this episode
Thank you for
Zen Chess
coming
with
to
Parth?
Zen Chess with Parth, Shreyu.
Thank
It
you.
was an honor.
For the first time, yeah.
Okay, bye guys.